Hello! Back in June, I went to Copenhagen by myself for a weekend. It's my first time solo traveling, and it's also my first time staying at a hostel, which was very fancy in my opinion. I arrived very late, so I had a sandwich and cup noodles for dinner. Very naturally, my hostel roommate and I decided to hang out together. We had breakfast at the Social Brew and walked through a nearby park to get to a vintage market that was open on Sundays. Unfortunately, or maybe even fortunately, you could only pay by cash and we didn't have cash on us. So we left happily empty-handed. Our next stop was Ikono, basically a playground for adults, but make it artsy. Our first experience was this playful ballroom like the ones you see in McDonald's playgrounds. And the balls were surprisingly very uncomfortable and hard. This room was our favorite. I couldn't help but do an improv dance. And it's kind of crazy to see how quickly we have bonded in such a short amount of time. It almost made me feel like a child again when making friends was less complicated and more straightforward. All you do is ask each other, "Do you want to be my friend?" And then we just play. We ended the day by having long conversations over pho, and our last tourist attraction was this boat tour to learn a bit more about Copenhagen. The next day, I started off by going to this bakery by myself. It was very crowded, so I had takeaway. I ordered a chai latte and a cinnamon bun. It was really not bad, but I just prefer savory breakfasts. After that, I went to the yarn store as one does before meeting up with my very long-lost sister, my good friend Irene. If you've watched my Japan vlogs, you know we go way back. In the afternoon, they went back to the hotel for a little rest, and there was still this one place that I have not visited in Copenhagen, the iconic Nyhavn. Throughout this trip, I have been reading Tove Ditlevsen's books. She is a Danish writer and a poet, and it's just so fun recognizing places and street names she mentions in her books. It's like a little scavenger hunt. I still had some time to kill, and I stumbled upon this artistic place that is led by students, I believe. And afterwards, I went to another museum. It is the Banksy and Street Art Museum. It was interesting to see the many different art styles, but what intrigued me the most was this twisted animal. Just look at that. At dinner time, Irene and I reunited for a meal at Bistro Verde. And then very early the next morning, it was time for me to head back home. At last, I want to show you this little felted bird that I got as a little commemoration of my trip here in Copenhagen, to remind myself and everyone to every now and then let yourself feel free and spread your wings.